Hey y'all, welcome back. We are live with Terrane Hicks from the Occult College. He has a YouTube channel, Instagram, Etsy shop, and all his information is going to be linked. I'll definitely check it out. So today we're going to be talking about Lionsgate, the portal 888 that opens realms, and Terrane is going to teach us a little bit about that and give us some insight on that. So I'm gonna let him cook.
All right. So basically, the Lionsgate portal is when you got our sun and you have a much bigger sun called the Sirius sun,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the Orion's belt, these three things, and then the Earth, these these four things align. And when that alignment happens once every year,
Mm-hmm.
that is called the Lionsgate portal, and this occurs in Leo, right? So we call it the Lionsgate portal, and this alignment opens up a big portal, and that portal we consistently know as the most powerful manifestation day. So every August 8th, every 888.
Mm-hmm. We did a video on this last year, I remember.
Oh yeah, we did speak about this briefly. But this particular one is a big deal because right after we have the full moon.
Ooh,
So the full moon is the next day at 3:55 a.m.
okay.
So
Powerful.
this is the first time since 1998 that the full moon have followed the Lionsgate portal. So we got like a double whammy for manifestation rituals, downloads, and all of that spiritual stuff.
Dang, that's a long time. That's like since I was 18. Okay. Last time that happened, I was a teenager. So that's very rare. So it's gonna be very powerful. So I'm excited about that. So I'm gonna get my manifestation journal out and I'm gonna start writing stuff down in it. I'm gonna start thinking about what I'm trying to do. What are y'all gonna do over there?
Well, we're doing a big ritual, but I have my group doing a big ritual. One of the things we're going to be tapping into is the lion, Leo,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, you know, some of these animals are archetypes that come from higher dimensions.
Mm-hmm.
And one of these very high ranking animals is the lion. The lion being an apex predator and all of that stuff have secret codes to the universe. So simply doing things like printing out a picture of a lion and sitting it on an altar and lighting a candle during the Lionsgate portal will have us extract those downloads or those secrets of the representation of lion, Leo, which is a very royal energy and an energy of richness, of gold,
Mm-hmm.
power. Yeah.
Um, what if you have a Leo like in your family, or is there anything they can do or you could do with them?
That's a good question. All Leos will be supercharged on the Lion's Gate.
That's good.
Yeah,
Now,
anything Leo related is going to be heightened.
so what do they get after they're supercharged? Like, are they gonna be able to manifest real good or have more insight on stuff?
That is a great question because the Lion's Gate portal can work both ways. It
Mhm.
is a amplified energy. So if you focus on something like money, that will come.
Ooh.
But if you focus on things like poverty or negativity, that will be amplified as well. So during Lionsgate, it is very important to be mindful of what you are focusing on, thinking about.
Okay, that's good. That's good to know. So, because I have a lot of people on my channel that speak like I guess they don't really know how powerful and important words and thoughts are. So I wanted to let people know that yeah, it's the best time to think positive of whatever it is you want and trying to do.
Yeah. So a lot of people are going to be manifesting whether they realize it or not because the energy is that heightened.
Mhm.
Everything is amplified. Everything, including our ability to connect to interdimensional beings.
Mm.
We don't have a lot of access, but we absolutely have access during very rare portals.
Okay, so if you wanted to work with a particular being or realm or whatever, what would you like? You just need to focus on that or do the rituals or what?
So Lionsgate, the peak of Lionsgate is Friday.
Mhm,
So if that is something that you're going for, you would start preparing now.
mhm,
So I give you an example. Sekhmet, Bast, right? These are feline energies,
mhm.
still following the archetype of lion. These are energies that it'll be a lot easier to work with because they're already in accordance with that energetic. If you start to look up some Bosch chants, print out the picture, or start writing a petition to an energetic like Sekhmet or
Mhm.
Durga, you start now. By Friday, you may get some response, but you want to start now.
Okay. So, I've been reading, like I finished that book, uh, and this one,
Oh,
I finished it already. That's how good it was, in my opinion. But this book is interesting, and I think if you have people that are into working with certain energies and frequencies and deities and stuff like that, um, different archetypes and stuff like that, I definitely feel like reading not that book in particular, but any book that talks about working with spirits, energies, things on different dimensions. Do you think it would be a good time to learn about stuff like this, like reading certain types of books that deal with, interacting with beings since the portal is open? You think
yeah.
someone that doesn't have, a lot of skill in that area or a lot of, luck in communicating would be easier to communicate at this time?
Oh, absolutely. I
Mhm,
didn't even think of that, but I would say yeah because some of those complex books that deal with the science of how to contact these energies,
mhm,
one of the things that is mentioned is that, okay, well, you can open this port, you can reach out to this being during like Beltane Gate or
mhm,
during the winter solstice or during an eclipse,
mhm.
right? And Lionsgate is one of those rare things. So yes, I would definitely say if you wanted to research that, you would probably want to start that research during the approach of a portal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I had some good experiences because the portal is approaching and all that kind of stuff. I got some good experience with reading and absorbing more knowledge like closer to the time. And I can only imagine like if I start reading on Friday, what downloads I'm gonna get as well. So I'm gonna be doing that. I'm gonna be studying and reading and stuff. So Shani is asking how to navigate the chaotic energy with big manifestation on the horizon. Feels like she feels like everything is blowing up and coming together at the same time. You can answer that 'cause
Protection is key,
okay.
right? But when I say protection, one of the things that people skip that is like essential is diet, right? So
Mhm,
during a rare portal like that, you may want to be careful of eating things like meat.
mhm,
You know what I'm saying? You definitely want to eat alkaline, clean. Fasting is the best thing to do during any of these rare portals. You know, so yeah, protection,
mhm,
right? Eating foods that don't give you parasites.
mhm,
Parasite parasitic entities are very active during this time.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And that will help you calm down some of the chaos that can occur during these times.
Right. I believe that. I was talking about that yesterday about the diet. So get your diet together. Yes.
Mhm. Yeah.
So someone is asking if you're getting paid to do a collab. I
No.
see getting paid. We already paid.
We already paid. We don't got to do all of that.
Okay. So I guess people don't know our history. I've been knowing Terrane for a long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, we go way back.
We were in the occult communities together. And we've been rocking for a long time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So. Now, if I didn't know him and he was a stranger, maybe somebody might be getting paid. But anyway, what about relaxing? You feel like these days you've only been calm instead of feeling heightened sense when it comes to manifesting. I know there is for me, and it will be. I think I don't know. I feel like I'm always calm unless I'm drinking too much coffee. Then I'm like trying to talk to everybody. But I would say take the caffeine away if you have a heightened sense of, anxiety. I don't want to call it that,
Um,
but hyperness.
I like that you brought up the caffeine. Caffeine, all stimulants, really.
Yeah.
If you're already hypersensitive, a time like this may absolutely, drive your nerves crazy because the energy's already heightened.
Okay. Well, I think I might have read this wrong. She said she's feeling calm. Okay. Instead of heightened at this time. But I don't think it started yet. I think it starts on Friday
Well, it started on
or already started.
July 24th, but the peak is Friday.
The
So we're
peak.
in Lionsgate right now, but the giant portal opens up on Friday. The peak is on Friday.
Okay. So that's probably why she's not feeling it yet, because maybe it's not the peak.
Yeah, you're gonna feel it during the peak. And then that full moon right after. Friday and Saturday, gonna be some intense, very intense days.
Okay. Well, what can
Mhm.
we expect? Like, what type of feelings?
Well, downloads,
Mm-hmm.
right? You're gonna get surges of energy, jolts through your body. Some of you won't be able to sleep. They compare the Lions Gate to being plugged up to a high speed internet cable from the Sirius constellation.
Wow.
So a lot of you will randomly get downloads, right?
I think that was happening to me yesterday because I didn't sleep at all, but for like 2 hours, I kept getting all these thoughts, like, when I was trying to fall asleep. So, okay. And then you said like getting a lot of downloads from Sirius and like the Orion's belt and all that kind of stuff. And maybe because I have this tattoo that's kind of like the 3 stars as
Wow.
be linked to it as well. But even my
Yeah.
daughter, even my daughter stayed up all night in her room and she couldn't go to sleep either. So I thought that was weird.
Yeah, the Egyptians were very into this portal.
Hmm.
And of course, they aligned the pyramids and stuff in alignment with these portals. So when these portals would show up, you would be able to see the star Sirius. You would be able to see Sirius,
Hmm.
right? Because it was that relevant to them.
Hmm. So for this time on Earth, and as on Earth, you're going to be receiving downloads and all this kind of information and different things and portals are opening. So what can we do just to get into it and get the most out of it? Like, what should we be doing?
I tell people to go on YouTube, listen to ASMR of the lion roaring.
Or like lions roar.
The
Okay.
lion's roar is very meditative. It's very intense, and it will directly connect you to Leo, right? The infinity symbol, right? The 8 is the symbol is a sigil that we call the lemniscate, and I tell people to draw that, right? And this is dealing with the infinity. And if you focus on that, we can get into things like endless amounts of wealth and stuff like that. And there's a concept that we have called the wealth realms. And that lemniscate, that 8, that brings us to the reality of that stuff. So to draw the lemniscate, listen to the lion's roar. I told some of my students to, if they can, go get a lion statue. Right. I even told them to go watch lion documentaries, because this archetype is at the forefront right now. And if we apply the lessons on how the lion is, we will be very successful during this time. One of the key things with the lion is that lions are very, 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 very patient animals. And because they're so patient, they're able to be rewarded with their actions later on.
Okay. So they can go watch The Lion King.
The Lion King.
Yeah, like put that on for the kids, and y'all go watch some other type of lion. Or they have the Lion King musical in the play, so still good. But the animal is more connected because of the symbolism and all the suns. Yeah, I think like lion and sun go together because they're the male lion's face looks like a sun, with the corona. All of that. So
and the Leo is one of the signs of wealth. One of the zodiac signs that are amongst the richest people, some of the Leos.
Someone asking, can you manifest or banish and banish at the same time in a portal?
That's a good question. You can. I would recommend that you choose one. And I would recommend, if you're going to deal with Lionsgate, that you deal with manifestation. That's my recommendation, because they call this the highest manifestation day of the year.
So you want to focus on that instead?
Yes.
Maybe wait till another time to do the banishing.
Yeah, because that was a great question, because we don't want to waste energy. When we're in these rare portals, we don't have a lot of time. So we want to take advantage of maybe one thing, like manifestation. We don't want to do, if we do 2 things, you won't have enough energy to maximize.
And if you read in a lot of like magical books and magical texts, it literally tells you to not do too many things at the same time, because for that same exact reason, because you're not going to have the energy, or you're not going to have as much energy put into it to manifest it at its greatest. So do one thing at a time.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. And okay, so you're going to be lighting candles, focusing on lions. I say, in my opinion, the suns, like all the suns are lighted up. You got the lion, which is a sun symbol. Sun, solar, stars, they're made out of plasma. And so, I got my little plasma lighter.
Oh, that's hot.
Like a wand. This is like my wand. So this is like a candle lighter, and you can charge it with you can recharge it, and you're going to get these on Amazon. And
that is cool.
And it lights your candles.
That is cool.
Yeah, instead of the flame being lit and the energy going up into the sky, you can bring the plasma to you already. So
I like that. I told my students to get 8 coins. So for years I've been telling them to get the gold coins, right? But this time I told them that if they don't have gold coins, they can get quarters
Mhm.
or quarter dollars and paint them gold, spray paint them gold, put your
Mhm.
energy into that, right? But 8 coins.
Okay. 8 coins. So, where can you get gold coins if you don't want to spray paint quarters? Do you know? Because I know
Ape,
you probably do.
apemex.com. So APMEX.com.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get gold coins for all kind of prices.
APMX.
APMEX. Apemex.
Okay.
Apemex.com.
This is not the link, but I'm just going to type it in there so y'all can remember.
This is also a good time to charge your piggy banks.
Okay.
So I have a lot of my students actively have a piggy bank that they have in their wealth corner, on their wealth altar.
Mhm.
Full of coins, no pennies. No pennies. And during a time like Lionsgate, a wealth portal, this is a time to charge your piggy banks. This is a good time to sit your piggy bank outside of the where the moon is and let that moonlight hit it. A good time to like hold your piggy bank and ask for more wealth directly from the star Sirius.
Mm-hmm. So I have an imagination, okay, and I'm thinking up ways to do spells without looking like you're doing spells, you know. So what if you get some coins or gold coins or a bunch of quarters or whatever and put them in your car and be out during the daytime, during the sun, during the portal, and drive in the figure 8 on that day during the opening of the portal.
I like that.
It's like
Yeah, that's y'all need to take a note on that one. That I like that a lot. I
what
think
you doing?
driving the lemon skate. Yep. Um, I would I would piggyback off of that and maybe drive to the richest neighborhood
Ooh, yeah.
and hit that lemon skate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's so good.
Mm-hmm. While listening to music about money and
There
some
you
lions.
go.
I said, and some lions.
There you go.
Oh, so watch that video, Mood Forever, uh, on the Lion. What was it? The Black is King, Lion King soundtrack with Beyonce and Jay-Z, and they were in Africa and they had lions and stuff everywhere.
Oh yeah,
Talking
watch
about
that video. Mhm.
so yeah, so if y'all don't want to get no candles and sit at home and do this, go get your car, drive around with some coins in a rich neighborhood, doing the lemon skate.
You know, another secret, anything that is feline
Mm-hmm.
have the lion archetype in it.
Mm-hmm. So go pet some.
That leopard print clothing.
Oh, okay. Like Beyonce was wearing on that video.
Right. Leopard print clothing, leopard print lingerie,
Mm-hmm.
that stuff during Lionsgate, very powerful.
I got a bunch of leopard print. I'm ready to bust out.
You know, the leopard print and gold thing came from the Congo.
Ooh.
That's where that it was a symbol of wealth,
Mm-hmm.
and we adopted it in Western culture, but it is just as powerful as it was in the Congo. So that's a secret there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I got a bunch of leopard print. I'm getting ready to wear it on
Mhm.
that on Friday. So yeah.
Cool.
Do you? What about men? Do men wear leopard print? Like what y'all got?
Yeah, there's leopard print clothing for men. right? You got leopard print scarves, you got leopard print silk boxers, you got leopard print scarves and things like that, tribal cloths and stuff like that. Yeah, there's leopard print but so for men, it's more of the leopard print in gold. You know, it's interesting that Trinidad James song.
Gold out of my chain.
He's doing with a leopard print archetype with the leopard print in gold, and that's why that song blew up, because he did not intend for that song to go viral.
I know. I heard that story. It's like a free beat.
Yeah, he actually tapped into some serious power without even recognizing it.
I know. Like all the symbols are there. He just didn't realize.
And then he became a rapper. So that's how powerful that type of stuff is.
Yeah. Someone said leopard draws.
Yeah, leopard draws. That's right. Yep. It'll work.
I know like different designers, if y'all are into designers, they have a lot of leopard print. I know Versace do a lot of tiger and leopard print. Even the fake Versace, if you get, but I know like a lot of designers like Versace use leopard print in their designs too.
Tiger print, leopard print,
lion head as a symbol as well.
Tiger's eye crystal. They say is very good to work with during this time. Also citrine. Citrine is very strong, energetic for the sun. Right. What I love about Sirius is the sun that we know is masculine. But the Sirius sun, they say, is feminine. So the divine feminine energy is pulling right to us in the form of the sun, which is amazing.
That's good. So how can you, so someone is asking, how can we use the energy with pet cats? So your pets that are cats. How do you use the energy with pet cats?
I would pay more attention to my cats during this time because they're already going to be in that alignment. So it's a good time to pay attention to them. Right? For example, you will catch them sitting in certain yogic positions during these alignments. Right? One of the secrets is that cats are practitioners of yoga. So they can hold these yogic positions for long periods of time. And we see them holding these positions even more consistently during these portals.
And maybe give them a little extra treat as a symbol.
I was going to say catnip.
Catnip. Okay, so yeah, I got cats. I'm doing that.
Did you know that lions also are affected by catnip?
Lions?
Yes. They say all felines. I was watching this documentary and they were giving like these lions catnip, and the lions were acting just like the cats.
I bet it took a lot of catnip. Okay, so during the Lionsgate opening on Friday, August 8th, so what is the best time, like on the clock, to kind of do your manifesting, or is it just all day?
It's all day. Soon as midnight hits on Thursday, it's on.
It's on. Okay.
Right. But remember, August 9th, the 3:55 a.m. That's the peak of the full moon. So Saturday, 3:55 a.m. So I told my students, don't go to sleep or get a nap, but make sure you're up at 3:55 a.m. if you really want to get that manifestation energy.
What are some good places to go? Like if somebody don't want to sit at home, like I know you mentioned the rich neighborhood, but what are some other good places to go on that day just to get some like, manifestation boosts upon what's already happening? So what are where are some places that you would visit?
Okay, so because we got that full moon energy,
Mm-hmm.
uh, the beach,
Mm-hmm.
a wealthy beach, a beach that is on a ley line, a beach in a very, very good neighborhood, perfect place. But then we have what we call um, wealth PowerPoints, right? So banks, right? Big banks,
Big Bang.
big banks. What another example of a wealth PowerPoint is a big mall.
Mm-hmm.
A,
What
a,
if you're trying to manifest something other than wealth? Like, where would you go then? Like, a lot of people are going to manifest wealth and something else. So, what are some other good things to manifest during Lionsgate? Anything, or should you focus on a couple of particular things?
well, if you're gonna go in another direction, it's not just wealth. I would
Mm-hmm.
go back to the beach
Mm-hmm.
because the beach is this open area, and we can look up at the sky, deal with the moon, and we can focus directly on Sirius,
Mm-hmm.
right? I had my students maybe like 2 years ago get telescopes
Mm-hmm.
so they can really channel this stuff,
Mm-hmm.
right? And one of the things with the telescopes, you can sit there and moon gaze,
Mm-hmm.
right?
I have.
Open areas,
Mm-hmm.
the woods,
Mm-hmm.
hiking, right? Up in the mountains, high altitude. Because I know some people want to get more deep into the spiritual thing and tap into the downloads.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, Someone is asking, can they wrap 8 quarters in gold leaf and gold candles?
Yeah,
Okay.
gold leaf, gold leaf, or sunflower petals,
Mm-hmm.
rose petals, gold leaf paper, parchment paper. All of those things will work.
Okay. Um, as long as it's the color, it doesn't have to particularly just be like real gold. It's the color that matters, because if you're working with color magic, but the gold will amplify it. So if you can get gold, I would say get gold. But if you don't have access to gold, gold leaf or just something in the color of gold, right?
Yes.
Okay. Um, that's good. That's good information. Can I add something for the ladies? So, ladies, men can do it too. Get you some glittery gold glitter body oils or spray, and put it on during that day, so you have like all you're glimmering, and you're the one in gold. So, and some of these have real like 24 karat gold in them if you find the right ones, and so you can like be a whole glistening, you know amplifier.
The glistening effect.
Yeah.
So would you say that glamour magic is heightened during this time?
I think so. I think like of course, like if you want to do your makeup, do it like a gold, like glowy look. Get your leopard print outfit together. Maybe do your nails with like gold or leopard print. Y'all can get them little press-ons or whatnot. But like, just like I said, watch that Beyonce video, Mood Forever, and she went all out, on all her outfits. She be going all out. And if you got it like that, or if you're just creative, you can even go to the thrift store and just be like a walking, talking, amplified up person, like royalty, and just, vibrate and manifest all that stuff to the highest degree. Why not? That's what they be doing. Why? Have you seen that show, Young, Famous, and African?
Yeah.
Make you want a whole new wardrobe. You're like, what
Yeah.
is what am I doing? This is not it. Like whenever I watch that show, I'm like, mm. We want some new clothes. 'Cause they go all out.
Yeah, they be going all out.
Yeah.
Star Walk is an app. There's a couple of apps, but one of the good ones is Star Walk.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the constellations, and you can see Orion's belt. You can see Sirius. You can see Leo, and you can go outside, face those directions, chant stuff like that. So that's a good technique there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even though like I did a video yesterday and I was talking about one of the oldest forms of entertainment back in the ancient days was literally watching the sky, and just how we download information and knowledge from watching like movies and occult movies and stuff like that. This is how they did in the ancient days, and they watched the sky. They would get information, and they would like think about things, and create stories with the constellations and all this kind of stuff, and feel a certain way when the sun was doing this and when the stars were lined up like this. Just like when we go to the movie theater, and they put a certain type of archetype in our face, and a villain origin story, and the plot twist of it all. It's kind of the same thing what the ancients did long ago, and what they could read out of it was the same thing as like sitting in the movie theater decoding the depth and the deepness of occult symbols in a movie. So you can get a lot out of just even also watching a movie. Like you said, watch lions, watch this, and watch the sky, and da da da. It's literally the same type of energy, but also amplified because of the actual physical body in the sky.
Hey, that's so deep because
Mhm.
it was maybe like 3 years ago. I was in the Caribbean and I was at the beach. It was nighttime. I was watching the sky, and I believe that I saw a hidden city.
Mhm.
And I sat there for hours watching that hidden city, and I was getting these downloads. And I guess my third eye opened up even deeper because it was like I was watching a movie
Mhm.
of what was going on in that hidden city. So when you brought that up, that reminds me of that. And I
Mhm.
can see where they were doing that for entertainment because I was there for hours just gazing, and I was fascinated by all the stuff I was seeing.
Mhm.
And my mind was just going.
Yeah. I mean, that's the beauty of like sitting there and gazing into like the sky, and especially during certain times, and your mind is active because of what's happening, and it's just in the downloads that are coming through, and all the things that you're able to access when you just sit still for a moment and just kind of just let it be, let it make
That
sense, make it make
that
sense.
is a good that is a great tip for
Mhm.
Lionsgate.
Mhm. And also, I feel like a lot of people don't. I mean, we got our screens now. We don't. A lot of people don't look at the sky no more. We got our screens, and the app that you mentioned. If you want to look at stars and you can't get outside, or it's your city is too well lit and you can't see the stars well, like you can look on an app, or you could download like video or watch YouTube of the sky at that time. Because there's lots of like astronomers and astrologers that go and film, and you can watch live with them.
Yeah.
You know.
So some of the best apps, Star Guide, Star Walk, Star Guide, Star Walk, and Stellarium.
Hmm.
Very good apps.
I used
And
one of them.
was it Stellarium?
I think it was Star Walk.
Okay, yeah, those are good apps. And
Mhm,
even professional astronomers use some of those apps, but they're so good.
mhm. A couple of years ago, I used to be like real into like looking up at the planets with my telescope, and like I would be able to see them using that app, it would tell you which direction to point your telescope.
Mhm.
The app is literally like you could just do like this, and then it will show you where Saturn is, or like Mars, or like, you know, this place, this star is supposed to be. So if you wanted to look at it, you just like point it, and then you point your telescope aligned with it. So it'll tell you exactly where to look if you have a telescope.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. And I found a telescope. I didn't have to pay a lot for it. I found a used telescope at a thrift store, and I wasn't even looking for one. I just one found me. So. Mm-hmm. You said which ones are fake? You mean like the satellites?
The telescopes. I remember one time I bought a fake telescope for like $200. I was so bad
Mm-hmm.
because I couldn't see nothing.
I know that's the messed up thing.
Yeah.
You know it's real when it comes with a bunch of parts and lenses.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Hmm.
Okay, so so besides leopard print and gold and coins, what about scent, like oils or scents or perfumes or ouds or incense that we can burn?
Anything that reminds us of royalty. Obviously, Argar wood is, you know, recommended, right? What the Argar wood oud that you want to get is Royal Kinam.
Okay.
Royal Kinam. And
Key.
Kinam. I actually have some. So if anybody interested, text me.
Okay. Oral quinoa.
Kinam. Hmm.
I have a little. This is not. This is just a little bit of. This is not what you got. This is just a little bit of something. But I like
Okay.
this in my little burner. I have it. I put it
Oh
inside.
yeah, you showed me that burner.
Yeah. I do my closet every morning, and so my clothes smell like incense and the bakul. So I keep this in my closet on the floor, and I just hit this button every morning, close the door, and it. So
Yeah,
I like that.
I like that.
Okay,
I,
so
I think amber. Amber is a good scent
okay, amber. Yeah, I have some
for
amber.
because amber has like the royal type of energy to it. So I feel like amber is good.
Mhm. It smells good too. Okay, what about you says okay, so what about incense besides the okay, people can't get a hold to no oud incense.
Myrrh.
Myrrh. Okay.
Myrrh is feminine. Frankincense is masculine. You know what? I would say frankincense and myrrh. So frankincense for our sun, myrrh for Sirius. Because Sirius is feminine, our sun is masculine.
But didn't they bring that to Jesus in the Bible as one of the gifts? And he was like a sun god.
I wonder where they got that from.
And Mary delivered him with all
That
well, you can get into it.
that whole thing is a cult. That's all I'm going to say.
hmm
I think that's describing some of these rituals that we're talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they brought him gold and silver, masculine and feminine. They brought him myrrh and frankincense, which is masculine, or feminine and masculine. Okay. And what else they brought him? I don't know what was it, some type of oil or something. I don't remember.
Hmm.
Um, Okay, so Brittany says her younger sister has become rebellious and won't speak to me like before ever since she turned 18. Help. She grown. That's called being grown, baby. They don't have to listen to you no more after they grown. Sadly.
Gold leaf. I would burn the gold leaf.
Mm-hmm.
And or they also have gold leaf oil or gold oil. Any type of gold oil. Burn
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm. Gold oil, gold leaf. Okay,
Mhm.
so I think maybe she was asking about some type of magical thing, ritual she could do to get her sister to act nice again. But uh, teenagers rebel, and people as soon as they get grown, they're like, I do what I want. But they always come back. Just be
Sometimes
patient.
you gotta ride it out.
Just be patient.
Be patient.
Okay. Somebody said she'll be back when she needs something. Okay, so for people that are wanting to do like high magic during this time, is this a good time for magic itself or just manifesting? Is this
Magic. It is a very good time for magic. You
okay?
got the sun. You got two suns, and you got the full moon that have magic written all over it.
Hmm.
High magic written all over it. So I'm pretty sure you all, especially if you're like into the occult, you got some type of more elaborate ritual that you might want to try. This is the time to go for it.
Hmm. You think a lot of people that are practicing magic and magicians and witches and high magicians and secret societies, you think what do you think that they're going to do during this time, or what you think?
I think that they're gonna do what they do every year, and that is the necessary magic to keep their money flowing
Hmm.
through their bloodlines. And I
Hmm.
don't think that they skip this stuff.
Mm-mm.
I think the difference between us and them, most of us and them, is that they don't take days off. And whenever there is an alignment or whatever, they are getting to it.
Hmm. Okay.
Mhm.
So if you were trying to contact or what's the best deity? I know you said segment and Bast. What's another deity or goddess that you could like work with at this time as well?
I feel like Ma Durga,
Hmm.
this is a feminine this lion,
Hmm.
right? This is the lioness. Uh like we said, Sirius is feminine, but Sirius is bigger than our sun. And
Hmm.
that's how Durga is. Durga is like the OG. So
Okay.
Durga is very good.
Uh-huh.
Um, who else? I believe that I feel like Hathor is great to work with during this time.
Hmm.
Hathor, Hebrew,
Hmm.
right? Um, who else is good to work with during this time? I already mentioned Boston segment. Asar
Hmm.
or Osiris.
Hmm.
The Cosmetic deities during this time.
Hmm.
The Cosmetic people were like, I don't want to say they were obsessed with these portals, but they were very advanced into this stuff. So I believe that working with the Cosmetic deities during this time opens their energy up a lot faster.
Okay. That's good to know because like they depicted a lot of sun, stars, and types of and they line their pyramids up with the great pyramids up with of Giza with all the star system. So you might as well,
Right.
right? So someone says goddess of luxury. Okay, okay. So if you are entertained, like let's say you're throwing a party to celebrate this? Because some people like to get together. Like, what can you do as a big group in order to make things more powerful? Because I know you have a coven over there, and what do y'all do as a big group to like harness this power and this downloads of these energies? Like, what can we do as a group?
So, for example, we're gonna probably try to do like 200 or 300 candles,
Two or three
and
hundred.
yeah, 200 or 300 candles, and we're gonna make a infinity sign,
Ooh,
right? And we're gonna do our incantations around that infinity sign. So
okay.
when you have a group, everyone can put money in on a big ritual.
Okay.
So yeah, 200-300 candles, yeah, that costs a lot. But if we got 20 people and everybody pitch in, then you know what I'm saying? Then we got this giant infinity lemonscape, and we have the incantations that we know, and we can chant for some hours, and we all can focus on our goals.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an example, but we're definitely going to do that.
Okay. And so people can do that can they join in on the ritual? Like, can they buy a candle?
Yeah, so we're over in a ritual. So if y'all interested, make sure y'all text me.
Okay.
917-426-1192. So if y'all text me now, by the time that we do it, you won't miss your place. But we're gonna do something very big. We're gonna do something very big.
I'm gonna put your number again. Say it slower.
917
Mm-hmm.
426
Mm-hmm.
1192.
All right.
And just text me Lionsgate. Text me right now.
So that y'all can get you a little candle and put in there your intention. If
Yep.
y'all can't do it at home. I know some of y'all can't do it at home.
And
So.
that energy is gonna last. So the peak of Lionsgate is the 8th. Whatever we do for Lionsgate, it will last it will be charging for until the 12th, because Lionsgate ends on the 12th. So you got something that's going to have a lot of energy.
Mm-hmm.
And for manifestation, that's what we focusing on. Manifestation, money manifestation. We want the royal wealth.
Okay. So if you I'm gonna type your name in. I'm put hit up. Yeah, I'm using your words. So what else are y'all doing? What kind of foods can we be eating? Like, I know you said the fast, or like what kind of food and drinks can we partake in, since it's about diet as well?
Okay, so I always say electric foods, right? But you know what? Monatomic gold.
Okay. Y'all can get my elixirs for that.
Yeah, get a share of the elixirs, right? I was kicking monatomic gold all month, and I forgot you have the elixir. I gotta get some from you. But yeah, monatomic gold, right? Good, fresh, healthy salads, no processed foods. When we go into these portals, we have to be as clean and or as organic as possible. If we have processed foods and all of that stuff, it blocks our chakras.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're blocked, we cannot see the entities. We can't have the dream. We can't get access to the downloads. We can't tap into the dreams. It's like we're operating on 3G when Sirius is at 5G.
Mm-hmm. And I was telling people the same stuff yesterday on a video, because your body has to use energy to digest certain foods, and it takes a little bit longer and a little bit more energy. So it takes away from your aura and your chakras, and you're not going to be vibrating as high, like to pick up like the signals and the downloads. So that's why it's good to be running on a clean, a clean system, so that you can vibrate higher and catch them downloads.
You know, those downloads are serious, very rewarding. And for some people who are like, they're doing too much caffeine and they know they're overstimulated, when they get these downloads,
Mm-hmm.
some people have been known to go into psychosis during this time. It's rare, but it happens,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because them downloads come so fast. And if the mind is overloaded and you have not regulated your nerves, you can snap.
Mm-hmm.
Happens all the time.
So cut out some of the caffeine if you
Yes.
just do decaf coffee. If you're a
Yeah.
coffee person,
Mhm.
get you decaf during this time.
But what I always recommend for students for all of these type of things is fasting. And then I say if you don't fast, eat light, right? And if you know, one of my favorite diets is agave nectar and water
Mm-hmm.
for 3 days. Because you're going to get your necessary sugar and you'll be light enough to see all you need to see through the downloads.
Mm-hmm.
The more food that's in your stomach, the more dense you become. And the more dense you are, the less likely you are to be able to tap into these higher frequencies.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What about clothing? What about like organic materials? Like, I know you always say that organic materials be clean.
Yeah, organic materials, be clean, show up in your best energy. Because
Mhm.
remember, everything that you do is going to be amplified. Everything is going to be amplified. So if you dress like a bum, you're going to be an amplified bum. Yeah.
Get up and look your best.
But you know, they say that parasites are more active during this time. Especially, they say the full moon really brings out the parasites. They get really active.
Mm-hmm.
So eat some cloves, some ginger, pumpkin seeds for like a day or two. You'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. So, a lot of people, when they think about parasites, what do you associate parasites with? Like, is there something spiritual that you associate them with, perhaps?
I feel like all parasites are demons.
Uh-huh.
They are a form of demon.
Mm-hmm.
I associate parasites with filth,
Mm-hmm.
poverty, um, misery. I feel like parasites are galactic creatures, and we have proof of that through science.
Okay.
Um,
Those worms,
parasite,
like those alien worms on Men in Black.
yes, yeah. So, um, we have proof that parasites come from other planets, and then they're very old.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that whole worm thing, right? There is a book called the Book of the Worm.
Mm-hmm.
And they say that is one of the most wicked black magic books, and it have some of the rites from the black priests from Sumerian times, from 6,000 years ago. And these rites are dealing with invoking parasites to cause disease, famine, and stuff like that. It's called the Book of the Worm.
The very name parasites, like para means what? Beyond sight. Like you can't see them because they're so small or whatever. But all living things have an energy and an aura and a frequency. So if you have a lot of parasites, that aura and that frequency is going to start to affect your aura and your frequency. based on the parasitic aura and the frequency. And depending on, like, if you say they're demons or whatever, depending on like who you're working with or what type of energy that you're working with, you know, there's like certain herbs that are associated with certain angels, like if you practice angel magic, or certain goddesses, and they, you know, get rid of parasites. So like garlic, of course, pineapple, all that kind of stuff. So when you're eating certain foods like that that are associated with certain symbols, planets, gods, it's literally like the same type of thing, like battle between good and evil, or parasites and, you know, whatever.
I like that. Wow. Yeah, that makes sense too. So it's like if you wanted to get at your inner demons, you would eat stuff like garlic and all of that, and then the angelic properties would come out.
Like on sinners, they make them eat that garlic.
Yeah. And then some of them could barely eat the garlic because they were already infected. That's deep.
Yeah. So like it was like, because a vampire symbolically is a parasite, so that's why I don't like garlic. But at the same time, you know, it's good for your body anyway.
That part too.
Okay, so when you're vibrating on a high frequency, when you're doing your thing, when you're, you know, getting all these downloads and being able to access other portals, other dimensions, other stuff like that dude in Sinners when he was playing his guitar and his music, doesn't that also attract certain things as well to feed off of that? So you said to do protection at this time, because when you're vibrating on a certain frequency, you also attracting that same type of stuff as well.
Yeah, so absolutely, right? But I think a lot of people, they hear this and then they get a little nervous.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's nothing to be concerned about. Just be more vigilant and careful with how you move, because there's a higher chance for something to be inclined to want to feed off of you. Right? So you do your basic protection, right? That could be a spiritual bath. That could be a salt bath, right? Do like a salt bath or a cleansing, or more listen to singing bowls from YouTube, or play that through the house, because the energy is so heightened, the negative energies are allowed to come through as well, right? Cleansings, right? I feel like one of my favorite incense to burn is asafoetida.
I don't even know how to spell that.
Asofetida. You want me to spell it again?
I think I got it.
Okay. So asafoetida, it is like way more powerful than sage.
Okay.
So a lot of people that burn sage, they don't feel like it worked like that. Asafoetida is one of the things that are really mop with your floor with creolene.
Creolene.
Creolin. Creolene. A lot of Caribbeans know about the creolene.
I think I spelled it wrong. So what's in it?
I don't know. It smells like tar.
Okay.
I don't know what's in it, but it's a Caribbean secret. It works.
Okay.
Florida water. Right now, the time a good time to wipe your head, and with some Florida water a little bit more often. Right. Like I told y'all, be careful of meat, because meat, especially the way it's made. See, those animals have chakras. So when they're slaughtered, that energy you're absorbing, And it helps for parasitic energies to just feed off and latch off of that, and it's in your system.
So no meats.
Mhm.
People are gonna always ask, what about seafood? And I think people know that seafood is also a meat because they also hold parasites, and there also was once living.
It's so funny because seafood has the most parasites.
Yeah.
Seafood, yeah, seafood has the most parasites.
Someone asked, what about eggs?
Y'all know eggs have parasites, right?
Okay. They got veggie burgers. They got meat alternatives. So if you just need something that resembles meat or smell like meat or look like meat, get you a meat alternative. Like they got like all different types of stuff. Go to the grocery store or most restaurants have vegan options now, you know?
Yep. I think this is also a time where people who are infected with a lot of parasites that have no control, they're more likely to lash out at you. So I want everybody to keep that in mind. So when it happens, that you don't get caught up into that. You know what I'm saying? So when it happens, you just gotta be like, man, that's some parasites. Give that person a pass. They don't know what's going on.
Okay. So, as a person that does not eat meat for years upon years, I can definitely say it definitely changes things as far as, vibration and frequency and just your ability to kind of read between the lines on a lot of things. Like your insight is a little bit more profound. But, I'm not saying people that eat meat are not going to be able to reach a certain level. But, since I haven't been doing it, I can tell the difference between my level of, knowledge and understanding now versus when I used to eat meat. And, I know the energy. I was always tired. Because my body was digesting all that stuff and it was taking a lot of my energy away. But when I stopped eating it, I had so much more energy and I was able to do so much more. And, it was just very different. And I said, I'm older, and I never had this much energy as a young person.
So I want to ask you, with all that said, do you think that you will ever go back to eating meat?
Not really, because you don't have to. If I ever did go back to eat any sort of meat, it would definitely only probably be seafood.
Yeah.
But nothing more than that. If I ever did, if I had to, but no.
Yeah, I love that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so if y'all want that ritual,
text me ASAP.
Text him ASAP. Do we need to tell them anything else more about Lionsgate Portal? Do you have to go? Like, what's happening? Do we want to? Are you going to get prepared, or what you doing?
Yeah, I gotta. Yeah, we gonna get prepared. I think we covered everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for coming on here and gracing us with your presence and talking to us about the Lionsgate Portal.
No doubt.
You know what to do now?
Yep, right. They know what to do now. All right. Peace.
All right. Peace out. Bye. Okay, let me put my screen back on. Okay, there we go. So I wanted to bring him on to talk to y'all about the Lionsgate Portal. And he, of course, he wanted to discuss it because he knows a lot about stuff. He is on his own YouTube channel, Terrane Hicks. He has a YouTube channel called Occult College. So y'all should go follow if y'all are already following. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Now, let's put my info back up there. Here we go. So what are y'all's plans during the Lionsgate Portal? Y'all can put them in the comments. I'm gonna read some of them. So you're asking me what are my favorite protein meat alternatives? They have so many. There's so many now. If you go to the grocery store and just go to where they have the plant-based stuff in their refrigerated section, you have so much to choose from. They have everything now. Like there's nothing that they don't have. They got they have vegan chicken strips, they have vegan burgers, they have vegan sausage, they have vegan eggs, they have vegan everything. Like you will literally not go without anything now because they have so much. Also, if you go to a restaurant, a lot of fast food places and a lot of restaurants carry vegan alternatives. So like if you want a burger, but you don't want to eat no meat, say, do you have a vegan alternative or a plant-based alternative burger? And they will say, oh yeah, we got Impossible, or oh yeah, we got Beyond, or oh yeah, we have a black bean patty. They'll always have something, you know. My daughters love Urban Bird Chicken, which is like, then they also have vegan chicken strips from there that they can order as well, so they can still partake in certain types of food because they have vegan options, plant-based options. It's everywhere. Like you just have to ask, or you have to keep looking on the menu, and you'll definitely find it. So it's very easy to do in this day and age. Okay, very easy. Okay. All right, all right. They take way less time to digest than meat, so they're literally not going to hinder your digestive system or nothing. It's going to be like vegetable. Okay. Anyway, but I'm not here to talk about going back and forth with diet. I really don't care what y'all eat. Everybody's path and journey is different. I don't judge. So, do what you do. But I do want to tell y'all that a lot of the people that work with high magic and the occult, they follow a lot of the diet requirements to have different types of results. So that is a part of it. So yeah. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Some people just fast and eat nothing. Whatever floats your boat, right? You're going heavy on the rituals for 2 days. Okay. Well, I know what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be manifesting. I'm going to be writing my manifestation journal. I'm going to take my planner and start planning stuff out that I want to do this year. I'm going to start, speaking more positively about situations and things that I want to go my way. And I think everybody should be doing that already, but still like even more so. So make sure you understand that this is the best time to definitely manifest whatever it is you're trying to get. Okay. All right, y'all. Well, this was fun. I hope that y'all got something out of it. I hope y'all are going to be doing some manifesting, and I hope y'all get all your incense and your candles and your manifestation journals ready. I hope y'all get y'all's lion, leopard print, all that kind of good stuff, and get it together, because it's going to be an exciting time to do your manifesting and see what happens. You making it rain? Okay, wonderful. If y'all are new to magic, I think this is also a really good time to practice spell work, or just like some type of like small thing that you want to see if you could do it or not, because like definitely gonna have a lot of energy and magic when that portal opens. So you'll probably have better chances with a successful spell or magic workings at this time. Definitely. But either way, if your intent is good, you can do it anytime. But this time is just extra special. You know what I mean? So it don't hurt. 8/8, August 8th, and August 8th through August 12th, darling. Some of the energies are coming in now, but August 8th, this is 8, the 888 portal, the August 8th through August 12th. is going to be the heightened period. Okay. Thank you so much for being. Okay, thank you so much for being Terrane. Enjoy your night. Okay, thank you, Crystal C. Thank you, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. You said two lives in 1 week. I spoil y'all. Yeah. Someone asked about the book that I held up earlier. It's this book, The Book of Abramelin, and this is the new translation version. There's many different versions of this book. So this is the newly revised expanded edition. So definitely there's different types of books that are the same title, but this is the revised one. And I have it linked in my, I think it's in the little section under the video, just where it says spiritual items I suggest from Amazon. The book should be listed in there. Okay, and I'll try to find the link once again here. Hold on one second. I'll find it for y'all because I want y'all to be able to find whatever y'all are looking for. And I have a lot of books and spiritual items and stuff like that listed as well on this particular link. And most of the stuff you can definitely get on Amazon. Okay, let me make sure I added this book. Yep. Okay, so you're just going to scroll down a little bit until you see it. It's probably like on the third. Hold on. All right, I'm going to link it here. So there's books, candles, all sorts of spiritual items, but this should be like on the third or fourth or however many. Just keep scrolling down until you see this book. There you go. All right. You're welcome, y'all. Okay. So that book is it was in the high magic section in the occult store. So this is listed under the category of high magic. So I'm going to show you a little bit of it. There's a map in here. This is like some old stuff, like the old drawings. A lot of this stuff is read between the line type stuff. So if you're new, you can read it all you want. You might not understand it fully to the fullest capacity or to even halfway capacity, but you could read it just to read it. But the more you learn and you go back and read a book like this, the more you're going to pick up on, because what's written is literally in between the lines. What's written is literally either metaphor or symbolism. Some is not talking in symbolism. Some is just straight up, and then you know which ones. You know why certain pictures are there. You know why the pictures are at a certain angle from a certain perspective. Like, you're going to know all of those things if you are a student of the occult. But if you're very new, I would wait to read about high magic for a while. But if you're in there, if you're an adept student of the occult, definitely pick that up. If not, start with something more simple, like the Kabbalion, or Complete Idiot's Guide to Alchemy, Universal Law, or just stuff like that. Okay. But if you've been doing this a while and you understand what reading between the lines means, and you understand symbolism and stuff, you could definitely get more out of that book. Okay, thank you, BB. Thoughts on full moon, sound, bath, and crystal? Sounds good to me. Sprinkle. Sure, I have been watching you since 21. You're 24 now. You helped me understand life. Thank you so much for everything you do. Oh, thank you, Miss Jenna. Sprinkle. I appreciate that. Well, I'm glad you've been here. That's a while. You said, what am I manifesting? Everything I want, darling. You got my book? Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like my book, because that was kind of written a long time ago, and I'm so glad people are still buying it. I have not written a book like a magic or an occult book since then, because I haven't really just been motivated. But I think my next book, when I do, it will be really good or really intense, or I might just make it simple for everybody to understand it. But I definitely want to write another one for sure. Uh-huh. For sure. So see if I can find my link. Here we go. Copy. So I'm going to link my book here, Manifesting with Magic and Dark Cosmic Energy. Okay. Thank you. You know, y'all want to hear something funny? Okay. So y'all know I have the other channel and I have way more books on you know, the SHERA, under the SHERA 7 name. Do y'all know that still to this day, without even hardly any promotion on a daily basis, besides what's already on YouTube floating around, that book is still my #1 seller, which is crazy. That means people that I don't probably even know are just buying it because it's either being suggested or it's just popular or something. I have no idea, but it's still my #1 selling book, even though I sell a lot of books under my other name, SHERA 7. That's still outselling all the other books. It's crazy. I'm going to link it here. It's called Manifest with Magic and Dark Cosmic Energy by a SHERA star, or by a SHERA goddess. And it's on Amazon. It's still outselling them. I'm linking it all throughout the comments. Linked it 3 times thus far. Okay. So it's also in the description of the video. Just scroll down. You got that one already? Yeah. Mm-hmm. You said, do we stay to ourselves or socialize? That depends on what you're doing. Are you manifesting something? Are you okay? So here's my thing. If you're manifesting certain things and those people aren't aligned with it, it's better to be alone. If you're manifesting certain things and those people are aligned with whatever it is that you're manifesting, and it may make your manifestation stronger being around certain types of people, then, you know, be around people. But if it's not, and those people are against whatever it is you're manifesting, don't be around them. Okay? Because they're going to counteract all that energy. So better to be around like-minded people or people that are manifesting something similar. Yes. You said, what should you answer when someone asks, who is your God? Nothing. You say, I am. Even the Bible says God is within. So you ain't lying, right? People always want to know what religion you're a part of so that they know how to brainwash you or they know how to control you. If people don't know your religion, they cannot control you. So stop telling everybody your business. Okay? Because the first thing people will ask you is who you worship and who you do this and who do you, so they know how to control you. Or they can see if they're smarter than you or not. You know what I mean? It's always a measurement. So never answer that question directly. Always just, oh, well, you know, I'm my own goddess, or, you know, the God of the universe. I don't know. Just say the universe, because people don't like that answer because it's not very specific. All right. You said you the Pakistan lady? It's private. That's right. It's private. Okay. Think about why they're asking you that, because they can't understand why you think the way you think, and they want to change your thinking. That's the only reason someone would ever ask you that, especially they know you're not their religion. Thank you, Jenna. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You tell people you're Christian as a joke. Yep. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You can do whatever you want because it's no one's business, literally. You say you're spiritual? Okay, that's a good answer. Mm-hmm. I think I'm more spiritual than I am religious. Then if they keep questioning you, they're trying to change you. So you can cut them off right there and say, that's why I'm spiritual. Because I don't like religious talk. It just separates people. So blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they always try to put you in a box. But that's okay though. We're not here to talk about religion. Just do what's best for you. And if it's not something beneficial to you or that makes you happy, then don't be a part of it. That's literally it. Okay. Mm-hmm. But like during this time, if you really want to get like a lot of people are stuck with religious guilt or trauma, maybe this time is also a good time to manifest losing, like or gaining more spiritual insight and energy so that you're able to concentrate more on that instead of thinking about something that you're no longer, a part of or dealing with. Maybe it's time to amplify the focus on your spirituality versus a past religion that you no longer are dealing with. Okay. What religion are you, Shira? I'm the religion of um the best thing ever. Me. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So I'm more spiritual than I am religious. That is the politically correct answer. I'm more spiritual than I am religious. I don't believe in all that religious separation. That's exactly how you need to do it. Okay. You had a what? Y'all are silly. Just tell them what they need to hear to leave you alone and move on. That's what I always tell people. Okay. And sometimes, like, it's best just to lie also. If you're in a room full of a bunch of religious people and it's not the right time to tell people you're spiritual. Just lie and say you want to, and then get out and do what you want. So they don't focus in on you and try to, you know, drag you back in. Okay. Mm-hmm. You said I ask a guy when we're seriously dating only because I'm curious if he's spiritual or not. Oh, okay. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm-mm. So, what is the moment of delusion that made you stop believing in religion? I never believed in religion. Sorry. Never ever. Okay. Most children aren't born believing in religion. They have to be taught, they have to be brainwashed and forced into it. So, I never believed in religion because every time I had a question, it couldn't be answered. So I figured they were stupid. So I never took it seriously. Like, if you can't answer my question, you're not an authority on the subject. If my questions are too advanced for your religion, then that means I'm too advanced for the religion. This was me from a young age. I was too smart. So I did not believe in religion ever because the questions I had could just not be answered. So I figured these people were walking around dumb telling stories. So I just grow up and went my own path and later realized that most of it was metaphor. This is why people couldn't understand it. This is why people couldn't explain it because most of the stuff that they were reading was recycled metaphor and stories from ancient cultures from thousands of years before. So I had to actually get up and do my own research and understand more about everything. And I understood why certain people couldn't answer questions because they didn't know the answers themselves. They were just a follower, not a student. Okay. There's a difference. Thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. I appreciate that. Yeah. People that are religious, they follow. People that are spiritual are more students. They're on a quest for knowledge. Okay, you can be a student of religion as well, but that means you probably can answer most people's questions about religion, which would then make people want to look deeper into where religion came from and its origins, which would then take them back to a more, occult beginning or a more ancient beginning or, not a beginning of religion itself, since it is man-made. Okay, so if you're not a student of what you practice or what you believe in, you're probably not going to convince anyone else other than through threats and violence or fear. And that's not really intelligent. So, sprinkle, sprinkle. So that's when when I was a child, no one could answer my questions, so I felt like everybody was stupid and dumb. So why would I believe the same thing that somebody dumb and stupid? And I wasn't calling those people dumb or stupid. I'm just saying, as a child, this is how you think. Okay, well, you can't answer my question. You must not know the answer. So why should I believe you? It went like that. And that's why whenever my kids question things, I don't tell them, shut up and don't ask questions. I say, I'm glad you're asking questions. Why don't you go learn more about it so that you don't have to ask that question again? Hmm. How do you continue learning even at your level? Every day, okay, so every type of occult book has several meanings behind several things. You're going to read more into it each time you read it. There are lots of occult books like this. Even holy books are that way. The more you live, the more you experience, the more you learn. You go back and read the book one more time, you're going to see stuff you missed. You're going to see things that didn't stand out to you before, and you're going to have an epiphany reading the same exact book you read 2 years ago, but you just missed something, or you weren't able to see it yet because you hadn't experienced certain things or learned about certain things, like a certain symbol or a certain this or something happened in your life that made you understand a passage more so than you understood it the first time you read it before such thing happened. So it's just also due to wisdom and experience that you're going to keep learning. Okay. Yeah, and once you start learning, you get on a roll, knowledge starts pouring in even more because you're vibrating on that frequency of learning and getting knowledge. So sometimes it could be a little bit overwhelming. So that's why you do need to take a break. That's why in religious texts and even on magic and high magic, they tell you to take a day off. You must rest on this day. You must put this down and go do this or go do that. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want you to get so caught up in certain things that you forget about everything else, or they don't want you to overexert yourself spiritually or mentally. So that's why they have these certain days that you don't do nothing, or you rest, or you focus on something else. Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, you will get obsessive. That's why they demand in some magical books and in some religions that you take the day off. And they don't mean off from work. They mean off from doing these things, using magic, researching, getting knowledge. My top books that I love to reread, a lot of them. The number one book that I like to reread over and over and get more information out of, like there's 2 or 3 of them. One is definitely the Book of Enoch. Another one is I have so many books, it's just hard to answer. But I definitely I just have so many books. It's just hard to explain. Actually any book I could just pick up and reread it, but that book in particular, for some reason, the Book of Enoch, is full of stuff that you can see today. It's crazy. And that book was written a long, long time ago. Just read that. Also, like any alchemy book, I'll reread a million times. Any book that has to do with alchemy, I'll reread it. Complete Idiot's Guide to Alchemy, I'll reread that all the time. I see a lot of stuff in there. Kabbalion, I read that a lot. I reread that a lot. Uh-huh. Yeah, I have book videos. I have a lot of book videos, or they're probably either in my haul playlist. But every book that I suggest or mention on my videos are all linked in my, Amazon list that I suggest, the spiritual items that I suggest in the description. So you can't really, I can't really remember them all off the top of my head. So I put them all in one place for you guys, and I'm going to link it here. Hold on. I linked it earlier. But just scroll down and look through all this. I have like tools in there, items I suggest, and books. So just scroll through there. Okay. How do you deal with being ostracized for questioning religious traditional beliefs imposed on you by authority figures? I am my own authority figure. Unless they're the police, they are not an authority figure. Unless they're a judge or a police or the FBI, they're not an authority figure. They can't take away your freedom unless you live in a country where if you don't believe in certain religion, then they can. So an authority figure to me is not a religious figure. If it's a parent, they're literally brainwashing you. So they're not giving you the option or the choice to think for yourself because they want to ingrain it into you because it is traditional things to brainwash people. Okay. So if they feel like if they really believe in that religion, they feel like something bad is going to happen to you or them if they don't ingrain it into you. That is the whole reason religion exists, to keep sheep in order to keep people in line. So they have a sense of guilt, a sense of fear if you don't believe what they were taught to make you believe. They fear for your soul. They fear for their soul. They fear all of these things. So they're not doing it out of malicious reasons. They're doing it literally out of fear because they're brainwashed themselves, you know? So the best thing to do is kind of explain, say, mom or dad or authority figure, I know you've been brainwashing. You weren't given a choice as a child. I didn't, I grew up asking questions and thinking bigger, and religion just doesn't do it for me. It doesn't fulfill me. It doesn't make me feel a certain way. I don't want to be forced into it. If I ever have kids, I'm not going to force them into religion at all. So I'm going to end the generational brainwashing and forced religion with my generation, whether you like it or not. This is my life, not yours. And I'm just letting you know so that you can stop wasting your energy and your time and your breath, because I'm going to do what I want. You need to speak your words because a lot of people don't understand. You got to stand up for yourself and just be done with it. Because after that, they can ostracize you all you want. That means you're free. And they're still the ones that are sitting there brainwashed. Sometimes that just means freedom. Okay? You said how to not be scared when reading some of these books. A lot of the stuff is metaphor, and a lot of the words that people choose to use back in those days, they couldn't describe certain things that are of today, you know? So that's why I say you got to be smart enough. Let me tell y'all a good book. Let me tell y'all what to watch. If y'all can't read the Book of Enoch, watch Ancient Aliens. Okay. If you watch Ancient Aliens, it will definitely help you understand a lot of these texts a lot better, because not only do they show glimpses and pictures and visuals of what they want you to read between the lines with. I'm going to repeat that. Ancient Aliens will show you glimpses of things that they're really trying to say but aren't saying. So watch very carefully of what they put on the screen. Okay. The words and the picture is going to make this, you're going to start to see why they don't say it, but you could see the picture. You know what I mean? So if you are wanting to understand how to read between the lines, Ancient Aliens is definitely the show to help you read between the lines and also help you pick apart and decode slightly. It's not going to be on a higher, super high level of decoding, but they're going to drop some hints and clues to you there. And whether you believe in aliens or not, that's not what it's really about. It's just, alien doesn't mean a being from another planet. It just means something that's not human or from Earth. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times they use the words extraterrestrial. That means anything that's outside of the earth. That means it could be outside of this earthly realm. Anytime they use the word alien, it just means something that's not of earth or not, you know. So there's lots of energies that are not of earth. Da, 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 da. So you guys just read between the lines. They're going to flash pictures to help you. Every time I start watching Ancient Aliens, I be getting downloads, y'all. I have to stop watching that show sometimes because I get too busy, and I'll just want to sit there and watch it all day and then go read books, and then it just snowballs from there. So I literally have to only watch one episode and then get on about my business. Okay. You have never heard of Ancient Aliens? Girl, it's an old show now. It's not super old, but it's been around since what, mid 2000s or early 2000s. It's been around since the early 2000s. It's pretty good. You said, why do you not get along with people your age? You tend to get along with older people, probably because they're doing stupid stuff and you're not into stupid stuff. And you need to get around some more intelligent people, whether they're your age or older. I don't think it has to do with age. I think it has to do with intelligence. Why would a religious man still try to pursue you despite I'm not Jesus Christ believer, even if he said to read the Bible? Okay, then religious people are the most freaks. Sprinkle, sprinkle. A lot of times people only use religion to brainwash other people and to justify whatever they're doing. Okay. That's why I like the most religious types of people are usually the worst. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. A religious man wouldn't be pursuing a truly religious man who truly believed his religion, not bits and pieces of it, wouldn't be, trying to chase you down unless he had a ring in his hand. You know what I'm saying? So he's not really religious. That's just his guise. It's just his guise. Okay, it's his disguise, baby. Most people wear religion as a disguise. Mm-hmm. Where can y'all watch Ancient Aliens? I don't know. Is it on Netflix? I think it's on Netflix, or yeah, I think it's on Netflix. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You might can watch it for free on Travel Channel. I think if you have Travel Channel, there's episodes on YouTube for free. But if you just want to watch the whole series, it's on Netflix. I want to say Discovery Channel. Okay. Netflix and History Channel. So it's on a bunch of channels. Somebody said it's on Hulu. You can watch it pretty much everywhere. Okay. What do you mean by downloads? Downloads means like information coming in, epiphanies, knowledge that you didn't have prior, being sent in a direction to seek knowledge or getting an idea. Those are downloads. Okay. You'll know a download when you get one, because you're not going to be able to. You're going to be like, "Oh, where did that come from? Wow!" And you're just going to want to keep learning or keep going, or you're going to keep going with the idea. You'll know a download when you get one. Mhm. You'll know it. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just thought of that. It's like so insightful, and oh my gosh, it's going to be like that. So that's what they call an epiphany. Okay. Yeah. If you're wondering about my elixirs, start with phase one. It'll say phase one, like a Sheera's Gold Elixir phase one. Start with that one. Do 10 mini drops, which is half of a dropper in the morning, and then do another half of, like, some people, depending on how much you weigh, you might want to just start off with 10 mini drops, which is half a dropper. And then if you weigh a little bit more, or if you feel like you need a little bit more of the elixir to feel it, then do a whole dropper a day. It should take you a month to get through the elixir if you get the 1 ounce. So it really amplifies your frequency. It has a nanoparticles, monatomic, particles in it that will amplify your frequency, so that you can definitely pick up on downloads, have more energy. Your thoughts and your neurons and your brains fire faster because of the gold and some of the natural minerals that are in there that we don't get in our natural diet anymore. So it literally helps you think faster. It helps you keep on your toes, like that. It also helps if you're someone that works out. It's going to help with your muscle as well, because muscles and your brains work on electricity. So this increases the electricity in your body as well. That's phase one. Phase two is more platinum, and it increases your, like, energy level and your desire to do things. So your drive. So if you have a project that you're working on, or if you're trying to accomplish something or level up to your highest level mentally, physically, spiritually, phase two is going to get you there, but you definitely need something to work on while you're taking phase two, because it will give you a lot of extra energy. Okay. It also raises your libido. So, be careful with that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm not a doctor, so I can't say whether you can take stuff when you're pregnant or not. So you might need to ask your doctor if it's okay for you to take nanoparticles of natural minerals like gold, silver, and platinum. You need to ask your doctor that. I can't answer that. All right. Or you can look it up online, and hopefully that will help you. But I would definitely ask your physician. Legally, I got to say that. But y'all know what y'all do. All right. The phases are going in an order for a reason. So yeah, stick to the order. They're in order for a reason. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Where do you get the elixir? Okay, look in the description bar and look for my Etsy store. I'm also going to link my Etsy store right here. And right now, y'all can use my coupon code. It's good for 1 month. And it's called Elixir Sale is my code. You're going to get 25% off. All right. So I'm going to link it here. There you go. It's also, the code is not going to be in the description, but it's just Elixir Sale, all in caps. And you get 25% off. And I only ship to the US. I'm so sorry. Customs are crazy. I used to ship to different places, but it's not Amazon, and everything always gets caught up in customs, and it's not worth it. So if you have a friend that lives in the US, maybe they can order it for you and send it to you individually. But from a business standpoint, everything gets caught in customs if you try to ship outside the US through the US Postal Service. It's not worth it. Okay. Some people got their stuff, but so many people got their stuff stuck in customs, and then it was sent back, and it was just too much of a hassle. And I'm so sorry, y'all. Okay. Yeah. Was there ever a lesson that I had to repeat to understand? Um, Yeah, nice people finish last. Don't be too nice. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That, like when I was younger, I was so nice to people, you know, and people take kindness for weakness. And when I was young, when I was a teenager, I had to learn that. When I was in my, very early 20s, I had to learn that. And after I learned it twice, I never had to learn it again. People don't respect kindness as much as they respect people that, you know, stand up for themselves. So definitely that's something I could tell you. Mhm. You said how to stop being nice. Have standards and boundaries. That's it. Just have standards and boundaries, and you can still be kind. You could just say, I'm not going to be able to do that, but thanks for thinking of me. Bye. All right. Yeah, it's all natural. The only side effect that I experienced on those elixirs was like, if you take it too close to bedtime, you'll have a lot of energy. You won't be able to go to sleep. Dreams are more frequent, so you're going to dream a lot more. You're going to have a lot more energy, which are good things. You're going to start to think, from a higher perspective. You're going to start to vibrate on a higher frequency. You're going to start to see things in a different way. But as far as negative side effects are concerned, the only thing that I experienced is definitely um, staying up if you take it too close to bedtime. So that's why I say take it in the afternoon, not at night, or take it in the morning and then the afternoon, but not at night because you'll be up all night. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. You said how to deal with certain zodiac signs. I don't care what sign they are. They better have dollar sign. I know that. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. Do I feel the world has changed since your 20s? I think a lot of people have gotten weaker due to technology, more sensitive due to technology. So I think a lot of people have gotten emotionally weaker and more emotionally sensitive, like since my era, since my age. I really feel like people have really softened, too soft now. I feel like a lot of people are way too soft. Okay. I feel like a lot of people take things way too personally. They're way too soft. Um, they believe anything without doing research. I feel like people have gotten less intelligent, even though there's more technology. So I don't know. I think a lot has changed since my 20s. But I don't know if it's a good thing. I think people should literally, you know, be a little bit stronger in their mental, you know what I mean? Mhm. Any religion that you, as long as the religion isn't fear-based or makes you do certain things in order to get something else out of it, it's fine with me. If the religion has a reward system, I don't believe in it. You know what I mean? Like, if I want rewards, I can get a credit card. You know what I'm saying? You create your own things. Like, you create your own life, your own path. Da da da. If your religion is based in reward and punishment, I don't like it. So whatever that is. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So That's one of the another reasons why people leave religion. And if you're trying to leave religion right now and go more into a spiritual way of thinking, the Lion's Gate portal is definitely a good time to start to focus on your spirituality and how to increase your knowledge and your wisdom and your enjoyment of your spiritual path. You can manifest that right now. If you're trying to break free from religion, I definitely feel that it's a good time right now. How can you turn arguments or conflict into opportunities for spiritual growth and healing? Okay, thank you for the super chat. You got to look at it from a higher perspective. Okay, so you don't, if you're in an argument, you need to ask yourself, is this argument going to result in something beneficial for me, something profitable? If not, why am I doing it? And it's wasting time. People argue for different reasons. People argue for emotional exchange and energy exchange. If people just want your energy, they're going to trigger you to make you argue. So, do you want to give energy? Is this energy exchange worth anything valuable? If not, this is when you look at it from a higher perspective. This is when you press pause and you say, am I going to get anything out of this, or is this a waste of time and energy? And then you are in an understanding that this is not going anywhere. It's just wasting time and energy, and it's not earning me no money or getting me any benefit. So I'm going to choose to stop right here, take myself out of the situation, and go focus on something more positive instead. And if that person has a problem with it, then, they can literally either do what I want them to do or leave me alone. Okay, so you literally have to look at it from a higher perspective. You're not in it, you're above it. Okay, like a chessboard. You're not a chess piece. You're the player on the chessboard. You got to look from all angles and see what's beneficial. And is the game worth continue playing? You know what I'm saying? That's how you do it. Because I'm not getting ready to sit there and argue back and forth with some fool just trying to have an energy exchange with me and waste my time and energy. If I'm not getting nothing out of it, I'm out. Okay? You're the goddess. Look at it like a goddess. Not like someone that's in it, but someone above it. That's higher self, literally. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thoughts on road opening rituals? You just booked one and I'm excited to see what happens. Okay, so road opening things, if you feel like your road needs to be opened to more opportunity, the best thing you can do to prepare is create avenues and more openings for things to flow in your direction. You know what I mean? So it's a great time to start new things as well. When someone's going to do a road opening ritual for you, it's a great time to open more streams. So if you don't have a social media or a business page or a business website, if you're trying to start a business, do one now. You know what I'm saying? If you start something that allows things to flow to you that you're trying to manifest through this road opening, do it now. If the streams are already open, make sure they're known, make sure people are aware of them. But, you could just share it, advertise it, you put out your QR code, whatever. But make sure you're heavily doing that at this time while that work is being done for you. Make sure everything is out that can be out as far as that's benefiting you for whatever it is you're manifesting. Uh-huh. I don't believe in karma. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah, I don't believe in a religious system that rewards and punishes. Don't believe in that. Okay. So, for example, let me tell you why. I'm going to tell y'all why. And this is a whole nother reason that I probably never said before. I might have said it before. But if you believe that you are your higher self, if you believe that you are a god or a goddess, You know what I mean? If you believe that you are part of every, like, the thing I'm saying is there is no reward and punishment unless you create it for yourself. You know what I mean? You know how some people do really good and they give themselves a reward? Or they do something bad and they feel guilt, or they self-punish themselves. That's what it is. If you don't feel bad for what you do, if you don't feel guilt, if you don't work in a reward system and you just get up every day and do what you got to do, period, point blank, and you reward yourself every day. Every day you live like it's a special occasion or a vacation or do whatever you want. You don't need a reward and punishment system. You know what I mean? So if you're living your highest self, you're living as your highest self. You don't need reward and punishment. That's for people that need discipline. And once you get to a certain level, you don't need it anymore. You're going to do what you want, and that's just it. You're going to wear your finest clothes every day. You're going to eat good every day. You're going to, you're going to eat healthy. Okay, let me give y'all a really good example. Let's say you come into a bunch of money real quick, right? You're going to do the worst stuff with it. But once you have money for a while, you start to understand that you don't need certain things. You don't need to do this. You don't need to do that. It's just already going to be. So let's say you get money, you're going to go eat the biggest meals. You're going to go get a bunch of seafood boils. You're going to go buy a bunch of crap you don't need. You're going to go buy, this, and that. That's out of balance. You might spend all your money. Did you save any? But when you have money and you have a flow of abundance, you don't have to go out and eat like you ain't never ate before. You know what I mean? You don't have to go out and like buy the loudest, colorfulest, designer outfits to say, hey, I made it, because you've already had money and, so it's more like a calm wisdom that doesn't use reward and punishment. It just is. It's the difference between happiness and bliss. Happiness is fleeting. Bliss is constant. So you don't need karma. You don't need reward and punishment. You don't need, if I do this, you're going to do that. You don't need it once you're a constant frequency. Okay. And karma is for people that need that. Not everybody needs it. So yeah. Some people need it though. Not all people. If you're looking at things from a higher perspective, you don't really need it. You said it's about doing what you didn't do in your past life. Okay, so I didn't climb Mount Everest. Now what? See, karma is based in a religion. I'm not religious. Karma comes from religion. Okay? It's not a spiritual thing. It's a religious thing. Look it up. All right. So I didn't climb Mount Everest. I guess that's it. I got to go climb it, right? And I don't even want to. So do I really have to? You know what I mean? Yeah, it's only real if you believe it. That's religious talk. So am I out here saving lives? Someone asked me earlier today about they asked me yesterday, what do I think about charity work and doing charity work and giving and stuff like that? I think it's great if you're doing it for the right reason, not for karma, not for reward and punishment. Okay. So I think whatever you do should not be based on reward and punishment because you're doing it for the wrong reason and your vibration is not going to be the same. Okay. Now listen to me very carefully. If you're doing something from fear or reward or punishment, your vibration is not going to be as high as someone who's doing it for the reason that they're doing it for. Thank you, Julie. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. So if you live in fear of karma, or if you're trying to do something that you didn't do in your past life, okay, there's millions of things you didn't do in your past life. So you're going to do all those millions of things. That doesn't make sense. So if you're here to work out your karma, so everybody is then, baby. And that's just that's relevant. Everybody's here to live again. Okay? That makes no sense. Everybody's here to live again. And again and again and again and again. All right? They don't have a checklist that they got to go do. They just do what they want. If you make a checklist, you know them people that go on vacation with a checklist and an itinerary? That's the people that want karma. You know them people that just go on vacation and say, "Oh, I'll figure out what to do when I get there. But I don't know, let's just have fun and see what happens." That's some people. Some people need an itinerary, some people don't. Okay? So if you're living your life from lifetime to lifetime with an itinerary and checklist, that's saying I don't do that. I'm just gonna do what I want. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Mm-hmm. You said, so if you're volunteering, then what you give, you get. That's not okay. You're doing it for the wrong reason, because you can get without volunteering. You see what I'm saying? It's like you're only doing it to get something out of it. That's like a man's taking you to dinner so he can get something out of it. It's for the wrong reason. Maybe that's why some of y'all are living y'all's best lives out there. Okay. What spell is great to avoid burnout in business? A sugar daddy spell. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Taking a break spell, a vacation spell, a make work fun spell. When you own your own business, you can make it as fun as you want. Yeah. So yeah, if you're only doing something to get something out of it, you're doing it for the wrong reason, and it's not going to pan out the way you want it to anyway. So that's why if you do volunteer work because you feel guilty, if you do volunteer work because you think it's going to come back to you one day, you're doing it for the wrong reason. Okay? Tips on how to get out of a funk. Go take a shower, put some perfume on, do your hair, get dressed up, go on to the rich side of town, like I tell y'all on my other channel. Go be outside, like Cardi B. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Just go be outside. Have fun. Do something fun. All right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you said like volunteering and giving to others. Yeah. Let me tell y'all something. I'm not going to do any of those things unless I feel it, unless I feel like I should be doing it, not because I want something back, not because I want something out of it. I'm going to do it because it feels good and I actually want to do it. Not going to do it for any other reason, because that means I'm not there for them. I'm there for me. And the whole point of volunteering and helping people is to actually be there for them. So if that's not your true nature, if you can't do it on your own, you're still not vibrate on the frequency that you're supposed to be vibrating on. Okay. Let me tell you a smart way to do it. Napoleon Hill he's the author of Think and Grow Rich, right? He says, when you have a problem that you cannot solve, or that's just a problem and you're feeling some sort of way, stop and go help someone else. And through that, you're going to find the answers to your problems. By helping other people, you're going to find the answers to your problems. Because when you switch perspectives, you see outside and you see someone else that may have a similar issue, or you see exactly how to solve a problem because you have helped someone else solve a problem. And therefore, something clicked on how to solve your problem. We don't do volunteer work and we don't help people to get something back in exchange in the future. That's not how it goes. When you do certain things, or when you do the great work in alchemy, downloads come in, ideas come in, solutions come in. That's the same thing with working to help other people. You don't do it for out of guilt. You don't do it out of, oh, I'm going to get something back in return, because that's all the wrong reason. You're never going to get the downloads. You're not going to be on the right frequency to get what you're supposed to be getting back in return. Okay? So, think about it like that, and you'll get a lot further. Don't do it for karma. Do it for downloads. Do it for solutions. Do it for epiphanies. Do it for enlightenment. Mm-hmm. So would you say doing wrong to someone doesn't bring you bad karma? Nope. It doesn't, not if you don't believe in it. The only thing that is doing is keeping you from doing somebody wrong. Okay? Your belief keeps you from doing wrong. It doesn't keep other people that have no idea what karma is, never heard of it, don't care about it. It doesn't keep them from doing wrong. All right? And they just do what they want. Because if you don't believe in something, it really doesn't affect you the same way as it affects someone that believes in it. Okay? All right. Look at Donald Trump out here. You think he walking around thinking about some karma? He's out. What's karma? I don't know what that is. I do what I want. You have to believe in it in order for it to affect you. Okay? But what I'm telling y'all don't have to believe me. Y'all just do what y'all want. Karma is a part of a religion that's based in reward and punishment or fear, or doing something for this reason only. Like, do whatever it is that you want to do if it works for you. I don't believe in it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Mm-hmm. And only real if you believe in it. You said Trump and all the presidents before him. Yeah, you believe in it if you want to, or you don't believe in it at all. And things affect you differently based on how you believe, mentally and spiritually. Think about this. If you were raised super religious, and you did something that was considered a major no-no or a sin in that religion, you're going to feel guilt, anxiety, your mental is not going to be right. You're going to be looking for punishment everywhere, versus someone who wasn't raised religious at all and feels very little guilt, or like they did something wrong and they just like, oh, well, I did it. Oh, my bad. Oh, well, I'll be better next time. But, it is what it is. They're not going to suffer the same way. They're not going to vibrate on a same frequency and attract punishment to themselves, because they don't feel the same way about what they did. They weren't programmed to, They weren't programmed to feel the same way that someone that was raised religious was programmed to feel about something that they did that was taught against, So they're not going to vibrate and attract those things to them on the same, on the same level as someone who feels guilt, who feels bad, who feels dirty. They're not going to attract all those things because they don't feel that, because they weren't raised to feel it. You get it? So they're going to attract it. You're like, oh, well, they might never remember they did something. They might do it and forget about it. So that's why I'm telling y'all, if you're raised to think a certain way, you're going to be raised to vibrate a certain way, to feel a certain way about a thing you did, and that's what you're going to attract. So if you want to reprogram your mind and yourself, you got to unlearn a lot of things. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said, yeah. You can't be too brainwashed. That's a level of control that people use to govern you when they're not there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. I'm just going to be manifesting tomorrow all day and Friday. We were manifesting more abundance, more prosperity, more knowledge, health for my daughters, my family, you know, all the good stuff. Mm-hmm. Harry, Shira, how do you start your occult journey? What videos? Just watch all of them. Go to what you're drawn to the most as far as books or whatever it is you're going to learn about are concerned. Okay. I'm not going to be on here all night, but thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. If y'all, all the links that I've mentioned are linked in the description bar of the video. Y'all hit the like button. I'm going to try to come on this channel a bit more often. So thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. I got to go though. Okay. Thank y'all, everybody. And have fun manifesting during this Lionsgate portal. And I'll see y'all soon. Bye.